Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Leicester Reborn. In today's episode, we will have a couple games to give you, that is for sure, after starting off the season swimmingly. However, we've got another Australian that is leaving the football club, and not someone that I really wanted to sell, and then we've got someone coming in that I'll be more than happy to show you if that is the case. I'm going to start with the in because it's a little bit out there and it's a lot of money. His name is Aaron Moore. 21 to 29 mil was apparently what they reckon they want. If you have a look at him at 15 years of age, he is super duper well rounded. He is fantastic. He's 6'2", and if he develops into his potential, he could be arguably one of the best centre backs around. He's also got 11 passing with 13 technique, which kind of tells me that he might be a pretty good ball playing defender as well. If you have a look at the scout report, I've scouted him twice now. Steve Watson is the latest scout to give him a go. 18 judging ability, 15 potential, which is not too bad and not too shabby at all from Steve. Had a couple others as well, and they say that he is going to become world class. Now, with this save, moving in a direction of we're looking to provide homegrown talent opportunity, there's no one better than a 15-year-old coming in when they turn 16 to, kind of gliding it all up and off we go. He wouldn't be allowed to move until he's 16 or he's 18, I think. That's what the game's telling me at least anyway, because if you have a look at that duration. But it hasn't stopped me in accepting another bid. And this all came about because Harry Suter got a bid of 31 million. He came to me wanting to leave for game time. I kind of said, I'll try to play you, but I want you to become a bit more of a fringe player. And he kicked up stink because he wants to be an important player still, which is fair enough to Harry Suter because he is fantastic at what he does. He's always played pretty well for me, and he's got one goal in the Premier League already this season. However, 31 mil is a lot of smackaroonies up front, and we're going to sell him because it allows for a man by the name of wherever he is, Marcos Vinicius, to get some more game time as well. So it allows Marcos Vinicius to develop until this 15-year-old comes in, because he actually wants to be a squad player for the minute he comes in, which I'm not overly thrilled with, but for him to come in, that's fine. And what it allows me there as well with Marcos Vinicius is give him some game time, let him really try and hit his potential, because I do think with the amount of interest that's always in him from a lot of football clubs, there's obviously a footballer that is very, very good there. Always very sad to lose one of the original players, and obviously for me, very sad to lose an Australian. But yeah, we are very much pretty happy with what is going on there. Now, Goncalves keeps getting bids, that's fine. Sheffield make a loan bid for Vinicius. We're now going to reject all loan bids as well. And now we wait for more to come in or to accept staying at Arsenal. Here he is. He's eventually coming in. He's looking forward to playing in the Champions League. Here we go. I just realised why it says 29th for the 10th, 2027. I'm a bit of a spud. That's when he turns professional. We're going to get him at 15 years of age, of course, right now, because he's English. And of course he can move. He's English. He moves straight away. So there we go. Young Moore, 15 years of age, comes in to be you guessed it, a rotation footballer. He looks fantastic. I absolutely love him. He's not the hot prospect just yet. He will be. Asked to welcome him in. I think he's outrageous. I think straight away you work him on. There's a number of things you can work him on because he's not like great, but he's not bad. I think straight away you work him on the ability to be quick. It's tempted to work him on marking, decisions, and positioning because that obviously needs to get up. But I think if we can get that pace up quickly to begin with, he will turn into a very good footballer. But yeah, look, obviously there is. Oh, the game's telling me to do that too. That's nice. Move on. That's fine, and that's fine. We're all good with that. But yeah, there we go. Those are the players. They're all in, and obviously a lot of people that have a lot of ability. We're going to slap a note now on the big man here as well, and that is going to be Season 5, Arsenal Best Prospect 15 centre back. Could be a world class centre back. It's not often that you buy a 15-year-old and you get excited by him coming in as well, but there he is. We're going to register our squad, and then in terms of the games today, I do have Arsenal coming up, obviously. Here we got the Cabaret Cup coming here as well, but I really do think what I'm going to give you is the AC Milan game, and Fulham have generally been pretty decent in this save. I know it's a weird game to give you, but they've been consistently mid-table. You know, their squad's sort of changed a little bit here. Like, Middlema's there, and a few other names that you would notice, like Adam Leicester, Harvey Barnes we sold there. So you can tell that there's a lot going on there with Fulham. So what I'm going to give you today, I know that's a bit of a weird one, but they've always given me trouble, is I'm going to give you the game of AC Milan coming up next in the 7 days. And, of course, we're going to give you Fulham as well in the league. Okay, YouTube, here we are, AC Milan versus Leicester, first game in the Champions League path, and we're off to, obviously, the San Siro. With that being said, I have to say that, you know, the game first, he said that we have people out international duty. Everyone is back for this, which is good, which means the AC Milan players will be back as well. Second thing that I have to talk about is, of course, obviously the form. We played, you know, Liverpool the last episode, and I streamed most of these games last night, but we beat Middlesbrough on the opening day, and we beat Liverpool 5-1 last night on stream. Velez scored a hat-trick. We beat Liverpool 5-1. It looked amazing. How are you, Dim? Good to see you. You're in time to watch us play AC Milan in the Champions League here as well. But yeah, we were extraordinary on the press. Velez, San, good run. Velez, left foot, thank you very much. That's 1-0. And yeah, he scores a first half hat-trick here, does Velez. But yeah, Smith Rowe, Hassan, one touch over the top, and this chip, one touch to get it away from Van Dijk, who's one of the best centre-backs in the world still on this database and in this save. And Velez dinks him, and yeah, it was pretty good. Liverpool do get their goal back, making things nervy, before we got a bit of a dubious penalty, it has to be said. I didn't think it was a pen. But Velez, for his hat-trick, tucked it away. As you can see here, we put it in the back of the net. Next couple of highlights here come around. We've made some changes here, 82nd minute. Young Fuller, the Aussie, touching it underneath the keeper for his first goal for the club, his second goal in 3 games, and we topped it off in that 5-1 win with Fuller into Lynch with a great ball, waited for Van Dijk to commit, and Lynch slides in Silva, and well, I tell you what, I know the game's going to tell me that this Fuller bloke is, you know, this is like the thing that I just don't get with this game. Oh, this guy's not going to grow. This guy, whatever. He's got 2 goals in 3 games. He is so well-rounded. Half the time, you know, the game tells me that he's got 2.5 star potential, 3-star potential. When we signed him, he had 4-star potential. My scout said he was 5-star. We're just going to wait and see how he develops, because I do think there will be development in him as well. Other results, though, obviously, we then beat Palace 4-1. That is correct, 4-1. We beat Leeds 1-0. We dominated, and Leeds came back into it. Thuram got sent off, and we beat Spurs 2-0 with a clean sheet, which is always very nice as well. So we're currently perfect in the league, which is great. Now, AC Milan, obviously a very good side. You know, they currently sit at the moment, you know, 2 games played in the Serie A with 2 wins. Pretty good as well. Champions League-wise, I haven't really done too much, the Italian Giants. In terms of for us in the Champions League, we just narrow this down to just Champions League and boop. We got Milan. We then got Anderlecht at home we should win. Marseille at home should be a game we should win if you think you're good. We got Bayern again. Now, when we played Bayern Munich last year at home, we beat them 2-0 before losing 4-1 in... we're losing 4-1, obviously, in Germany to get knocked out. PSV away, one of those tricky ones, but we should be winning. Should be beating Red Star as well. Inter at home, we should, maybe... and then obviously Real Madrid away, you just pencil that in as a loss. So you would say there's potential to finish inside the top 8. I do think there's also potential for us to finish just outside the 8, which is more likely. Yet again, it doesn't bother me because as long as we finish just outside the 8, you generally get seeded against a weaker side. You get your free 8 mil and move on to the next round in the Champions League. Yeah, let's go see how we go here against AC Milan. We are the opening game of the Champions League, and as you can see here, the team is in full strength and everyone's back from international duty just in time. With that being said, it's Melier, Livramento, Tamori, Marsha, Thomas, Thuram with Lavia, Elise, Smith Rowe, Hassan, and Velez, a very well-class front 4, a wonder kid that's banging in goals at the minute, which is fantastic, and a bench that is chiming in where necessary. Obviously, we've got a few people unregistered. Aaron Moore, the 15-year-old centre-back, is here. He's going to wear the number 15 for 15 years of age. We did sign him, Dim, after last night's stream. We did an updated scout report that came back at 5-star, and we made a sale, which kind of allowed me to have the extra money to pay for him as well. And a lot of the clauses are over time as well there, Dim. With that being said, let's get into it here. Milan, Leicester, San Siro. I would take a draw, obviously, to start off the campaign, because Italy, never the easiest place to go, playing one of the big boys, has to be said. I would back myself against AC or Inter at home, which means I should give myself a tick for the Inter game later on this season. But yeah, be interesting to see what we can do. Let's have a look at AC Milan lineup, as there's a highlight from minute 1, so maybe we won't. But Lavia and Thuram, and into Tomori. Finds Thuram. Lavia. Great ball to Hassan. Gets crunched. Emerson Royal is going to go on the break straight away. Well, there we go. Highlight number 1, AC Milan. You would imagine here from this situation. And Sanchez building. Fabio Vieira, good pickup. Nico Fagoli. Immobile is still good. Rafael Leao's inside. We are 1-0 down in the Champions League within a minute. Wow. That was quick. Rafael Leao might have been offside. It's always hard to tell in this camera angle. And he is offside, so we get our blushes saved. But yeah, AC Milan on the ball back swimmingly. Immobile dropping in and only just offside, but is offside, and that is 0-0. But yeah, this AC Milan side is Manigan in goal, world class. Emerson, Raul, Sanchez, Kalu, and Hernandez, world class. Nico, Figoli, and I don't know who that is alongside for goalie, so we might actually go into here. Tunisian 31-year-old Skikri. He looks decent. There we go. Fabio Vieira, Rafael, and Ciro Immobile was all up front there as well. So, yeah, a pretty good AC Milan side, it has to be said. A nervy start from us, conceding, but offside with inside a minute. Outside of that, this game has petered into a bit of nothingness here. Emerson Royal finds Davidson Sanchez, Nico, and Vieira faces forward. Emerson Royal back into Nico. Good ball looking over for Fabio Vieira. Should be Luke Thomas's. Now, can we build from the back? Because that's what we're known for. Marsha, Lavia, Marsha. Needs to find a midfielder, and Thuram does step in. He hasn't been playing the last couple of Premier League games because he's been suspended. Smith Rowe. Poor ball from Velez. Should have played it in front of him, but it is what it is. Livramento now can whip one in there. His ball is blocked, and maybe it's a re-break for AC Milan. Rafael Leao goes on a run. Ball down the line. Picked off by Thuram. Immobile got nowhere near it. Melier. Tomori now. Finds Jose Marsha. Into Lavia. Finds Hassan. Into Velez. Good ball through to Elise for 1-0. It hit Manigan and gone in. It wasn't the greatest of finish from Elise, but it's very well worked, and that is 1-0. It is a goal in the Champions League in the 17th minute to open our campaign. And yet again, building from the back, looking for the passing options. Velez is very good at feeding players in, the big boy, and Valon wants us to give us a C, so C. That's not how you say C. You need to get it with a little bit more gusto, but you know, C. Anyway, Velez, good ball inside from the Wonder Kid, and it's Davidson Sanchez keeping everyone on. Standard usual. You'll see that a bit for Spurs this year. I really do think Ange should sell him or not play him, because I do think he's a train wreck. Weird place for a throw-in, but Smith Rowe with a good touch finds Thuram back into Jose Marsha, and his ball finds Luke Thomas. Now, we need a son to drop in at feet here. He does. Now we need to get you behind because Thomas needs help. Thomas, in the end, decided to just do it all himself and lose out. Manigan goes long, looking for a runner. Instead, Jose Marsha will just pick it off. Tomori now finds Thuram. Good ball into Elise. Overlapping run, maybe? Not really. Is it going to fall to us? Livramento heads. Velez doesn't get near it, or else he would have challenged at 6'7". Hassan. We're playing heads, knees, and bumper daisies. Eventually gets on the floor, and it will be picked up by Livramento. Thuram. Elise was dragged back. Advantage played. Velez scores. That's a goal in the Champions League for Velez. Good advantage by the referee, because it allowed Elise to still continue after being dragged back. And in the end, Velez with a great touch and finish. He's been in fantastic form, this 18, 19-year-old wonder kid from Colombia. And all 6'7" of him scores to make it 1-0. Great touch here to really allow for the space to beat Manigan. And we're 2-0 up at the San Siro after 22 minutes played. 29 minutes, Immobile and Livramento. Jose Marsha. We have been dominant in the press, it has to be said. We've knocked the ball around really well against AC Milan today. Jose Marsha looks for Hassan and finds him. Back to Marsha. Great movement from Thomas to pick up the spot. And Hassan now inside. Needs an option. Backstick ball to Livramento. Elise's there. Oh, what a goal. A great ball, great movement on the left. The switch out to Livramento's a big boy to knock it down, and Elise slots home. And that is 3-0 now, and you could nearly think that this is going to be first game played, 3 points in the league phase for us. Great ball, great knockdown header, and a great finish with Elise. And that is 3-0, and we look dominant out here today. We do look dominant. It looks good. 40 minutes played. Fabio Vieira pops one back stick. Sanchez heads just over the bar. Would have been an AC Milan lifeline. Yet to have a shot on target of AC Milan. Tomori looks dead. Try to get through this highlight if we could, please. Backstick ball. And Kalu heads home. So we don't get through this highlight. That is 3-1. It's a pretty good ball in from Fabio Vieira. Of all the ways to concede, it's a set piece. You're doing brilliantly. Keep it up. I do think because we're 3-1 up, this is brave. But because we're 3-1 up, I am going to bring young Moore into the game. I think the 15-year-old is going to make his debut here in the Champions League at halftime against AC Milan. It's a big call. He only wanted to join Arsenal on a squad player contract. He's like, if you're just going to play me as a young kid and be a breakthrough prospect, I'm not moving. I might as well stay at Arsenal. He wants to be here as a playing player. Well, mate, you're 15 years of age. What are you going to do against what are you going to do against AC Milan when they're going to come very, very hard at you to get back 2 more goals? We win the ball back. Smith Rowe, Hassan, obviously looking for Velez, who sets up beautifully. What a touch from the 19-year-old, 6'7". There he goes. Holds it up superbly well to Velez. Young Moore at 15. Finds Livramento. Inside he goes. Gets crunched to Rum. Smith Rowe needs a runner. Looks for Hassan, doesn't find him. Ball goes long. Young Moore steps up nicely, has to be said. Now keep it. Well done, buddy, at 15 years of age. The former Arsenal player. Goes all the way back to Melier. And Jose Marcia now. Finds Lavia. And again. Into Rum. Good ball to Smith Rowe. Great football here. Need an overlapping run. To Rum again. Good ball. Smith Rowe. Oh, it would have been a delightful little dinky header over the top of Manigan. Great football. No goal. 67 minutes played. We are going to get off a Lavia here. We're going to bring on a Drewsbury Hall. I think that's important. Who else are we going to take off here? Everyone else is having an air game. Hassan's actually looked really, really dangerous. Velez has got a goal. Elise's got 2 goals, and I kind of want to see if he gets his hat-trick or not. Am I making changes for change's sake? We could be making changes for change's sake. Everyone looks pretty fit. And to be fair, I am going to rotate a lot of these guys in the next game as well. I'm going to get Velez off and put Silva on just for on the break. And Hassan's not had his best game, but nor is Tarum. Oh, Tarum has had a good game. Dewsbury Hall. You know what, Hassan? I know you've had a pretty good game, a 3-1 up. Let's get young Yaya in there as well. And we'll leave one change up our sleeve. They've gone into a diamond, which I actually think works really well on FM. But yeah, anyway, Smith Rowe. And Thomas gets pinch-pocketed. A goal for AC Milan here would make things very interesting. Rafael Leao inside. Good tackle. Smith Rowe now. Elise. Can we go on the break maybe? Tarum. Falls to Nico. It's a good squeeze from the diamond. Like the build-up play from us has to be that touch a little bit quicker to unsettle the diamond. Calabria. Nico. Ball inside to Rafael Leao dropping in. Livramento gets a tackle, but it falls to David Calabria. Good ball in. Rafael Leao heads down to Victor. Oh, what a finish. Well, this game isn't over. 3-2. From 3-0 up to 3-2. It's a pretty good finish, has to be said. Good head down. Victor Alou just thumps it on the volley. I do think maybe Melier should be making himself bigger, but I don't think he should save it. That's a finish and a half. Time ticks away. Highlight. If we get through this highlight, we do go defensive. Try and lock up 3 points. This would be a bad one to drop. It's been a fantastic game, though. Good throw. Silva's away. He's 18 speed. He won't get caught by many. Looks for Elise on his hat-trick. That being said, we are going to move into the 4-3-3. Elise is going to make way here. I'm going to bring in Scott, and it's more to help out in build-up, buddy. So advanced playmaker on support with Silva up front. You don't need to overcommit here with players, that's for sure. And we're going to time waste that a little bit more and move it to balanced. Still a system where we can score a goal in, but yeah, definitely going to time waste here a little bit. 90th minute played, 5 minutes of added time. Is there going to be a highlight here for AC Milan? There could be. Melia goes long. Sanchez heads. Don't know why you would go long in this system. It's all about keeping possession and time waste. David Calabria. This could be dangerous here. Ball inside to Kovacic. Overlapping runs either side. I've got a bad feel about this one. Marshall wins a header. Drewsbury Hall loses out. Immobile. Rafael Leao. Good ball. Emerson Royale. Inside to Kovacic. Thomas tackles. Falls to Fabio Vieira. Who puts it over the bar. Wow. Fabio Vieira misses from the penalty spot. Anything on target was a goal. Short, Melier. Play football. This has been a fantastic game. It's been that good of a game, everybody. It's been a 5-goal thriller that this is going to be the only game of the episode. With that being said, oh no, I said I'll give you Fulham. I'll give you Fulham. Why not give you Fulham? Melier. Good time wasting. Now he goes long. If we're gonna go this long, I would have brought him on. I would have kept Velez on. Immobile, good Moore. Apart from clearing it into Immobile, but good tackle from Moore. Scott looking long. I've got 15 seconds. 15 seconds to hold on, boys. 15 seconds. Is it now or never for AC Milan? Well, you feel like they're not going long, then we're going to do it. They do go long now. Referee, though, blows his whistle. We hold on after leading 3-0 to win 3-2. We were dominant for the first half. In the second half, we were pretty poor. I will say, Victor's finish was, from the 21-year-old, was pretty sensational for a guy with 6 finishing. Maybe he meant to hit at the other post and it went in there. You make the doubters eat their words. In the Champions League, it does not matter how you win in the league phase. Just get your points and off you go. You go top of the tree. That was pretty fantastic. Young 15-year-old Moore makes his debut. And yeah, he's probably going to become the youngest player to ever play in the Champions League, you would imagine. I said I was going to give you a second game in this episode. So it will be Fulham, who are having a fantastic year. And I'll see you guys on the flip side for that one there. Welcome back, YouTube. Second game, King Power, Fulham. I will say we just had a very interesting game in the league 3 days later against Sheffield, where we found ourselves 2-0 down. Now, we were slightly the better team. We actually struggled for the ball against their 5 at the back, but a very rotated side and not a good performance at all. We conceded a goal right on halftime and from kickoff after halftime, which forced me to bring on a few of the first team boys like Elise, Velez, who got man of the match for the events, etc. I just want you to watch the goals because I switched into a 4-4-2 that I'm about to show you. And look, this 4-4-2, if you watch Glory Hunter, you know was my Atletico Madrid 4-4-2. But whenever in games, I used to go and try and chase, and it worked really, really, really well with the goals that we scored. We actually had one disallowed for offside as well, which was very tight, which would have given me a winner as well. But yeah, as you can see here, throw in a very lucky goal, but this is the beautiful having a 6'7" Velez. Keeper goes to jump with his hands, and Velez at 6'7" just goes doink. I'm big. There we go. But this is the goal that I want to highlight. Like, it's a bit more of the more direct system that looks a bit longer. But Hassan goes, all right, let's get the centre mid on attack on it. Straight into the big man who feeds in the smaller striker. Big man, small man striker syndrome. It's good. I love it. And there we go. And Velez had a goal disallowed for offside not too long just before with a good finish too. This is what the 4-4-2 looks like. I called it a long ball because I changed it. Cautious mentality actually goes to attacking before I forget as well. That's from the old system. Definitely attacking, right? And you go a bit more direct, higher tempo, pass in the space, discipline, play for some set pieces, obviously. And you just go counter, and long ball. Not looking to trap inside or outside. You're just trying to, not looking to trap, step up or drop off or anything. You're looking just to get up the field and trap outside, right? And that's what you do. You squeeze up, teams as you're trying to win the ball back. Not a system I'm going to play, but if we are winning today by a few goals early, I will show you some gameplay with that 4-4-2. But, it's kind of what I move into every time I'm behind in games. So it's about time I just saved it and off we went. In terms of the league, though, even though we drew, we're still top because Man United played Chelsea and they drew against each other. So that's pretty good as well. We did have, obviously a few of these boys play, in and around the first team. But yeah, of no real note, really getting worried by Yaya, who on paper looks outrageous. And I was raving on that this guy could be world class. Yet to give me any sort of performance that looks any decent. So getting a little bit worried with his lack of performances as well. But yeah, let's get into this game. Let's see what we can do here as well. And let's go in and praise the boys. And we should be beating Fulham here for the second game of this episode. Bit of a longer episode, but I did promise a Fulham game. I do think that first game probably warranted us to, to be here. But look, we have a 15-year-old centre-back who will come off the bench if we're winning today again as well. It should be all about him. Ball from Thomas, looks to shoot instead of cross towards Velez, who, by the way, has 6 goals in 6 appearances with 2 assists this season in the league. He is very consistent according to his report. The kid's going to be unreal once he's grown. He's going to be better than Lukaku, which is what the next gen think that he is. Could be winning next gen as well this season. Anyway, Hassan now picks up the ball. Lavia now. Poor touch, and Harvey Barnes against his former club is there. Matoma. We went through this squad earlier while we're giving you a game because they have got some dangerous players. And, well, boys, 1-0 down to Maximiliano Gomez. So, Fulham are Fulham. Fulham are Fulham. We'll say, I know we've been live on stream for an hour and 4 minutes. We've conceded a lot of goals today. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, on the break go Fulham. Good ball out the Matoma. Maximiliano Gomez scores, and we're 1-0 down. Corner, Elise. Velez at the front stick, who's a big target. Whips it in there. We look for Tamori instead. Poor ball. Very poor ball. Scott, looking for Elise. Beats him, man. Has to shoot now. Does. Deflection and in off Salisu. That is going to be a goal. It's going to be an own goal. We'll take it. We're back on level terms after 19 minutes. Not a great start from us, but we'll take 1-1s where we can get it when you're losing 1-0 for sure. Good ball from Scott. Elise does the right thing. Stands up. His man comes inside. Should be a bit of a better finish. Might have been going in. So maybe very harsh on Salisu, but a big enough deflection that warrants an own goal. Dominating the game, but conceding to their first attack's always not nice. And Lavia now with a ball in a Smith Rowe. Gets pinch pocketed. Hassan wins. Elise overlapping run. Livramento from right back. Chose to shoot. I don't mind. That one there is not one you cut. That one there is the one you thump cross keeper. It just was a poor choice of finish. But good movement there as well. Elise now looking for Velez, who can't flick it on, or was actually headed by Paldina, so it wasn't Velez. But yeah, touch more height on this ball, please, Elise. Give Velez something to really win. And he doesn't. Harvey Barnes won't get on that one. Livramento's, and that's your highlight. Dominating here apart from the scoreline. Lavia, Jose Marshall. Good ball to Thomas. Great ball to Hassan. Good ball to Lavia. Jose Marshall. In it to Tamori. Scott. Finds Smith Rowe. Ball over the top looking for Velez. Do think it should have went out to Livramento. Anyway, Hassan, Velez should have missed. There we go. And that's the thing. I know that he's a 6'7" striker with low crosses, but because he's got decently good movement, and he's so big, balls on the floor, he just gets in the right position and bodies at people out the way, or he checks his run. And Harry Suter, as much as he wins the ball there, another one of our former players, they lose Velez, and Velez ain't going to miss that one. That's 7 goals and 7 appearances in the league this year for Velez. 6 starts in that. And yeah, very good. We go from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Andreas Pereira, what is going on here? I'm sorry, but what is going on here? If we concede, Lavia's keeping everyone on side. What are you doing, Lavia? Everybody's on side here. What is that, Lavia? Goals galore, but our defending is shite today. We cannot keep a clean sheet. What Lavia is doing, I do not know. I'm confused, match engine. 2 shots on target from Fulham, 2 goals. This has been ridiculously ridiculous right now. If they score right now in half-time 3 shots on target, I'm going to be livid. Scott wins a header. Smith Rowe will get on that. We do not deserve to be down at half-time. We don't even deserve to be at 2-2 here, but yeah. Anyway, Hassan, finish. He's world-class. All right, 3-2. 5 goals and a half. 5 goals against AC Milan. This has just been stupid defending. And to be fair, our XG against is really low. We just concede everything. 0.52, 2 shots on target. Both have gone in. Any danger of you keeping today, Melier? We get aggressive with the boys telling him it was definitely not good enough out there. Now we need to see response. We need to see a couple goals quickly here. Smith Rowe. Thomas puts a ball in there. Scott deflected. Scott deflects again off Antoine Robertson. Like, if that's Fulham down the other end, that's 3 shots on target, 3 goals. But because it's us in the match engine, you cop all these blocks and whatever. It's really annoying. That's a ball. That's a bit of a better ball from Elise. Gets it back. Smith Rowe, does he want to dig? Apparently Elise was offside. Looked tight. 50 minutes played. We've been dominant, but it's 3-2. We've conceded 2 goals today. Thomas. Jose Marshall. Scott. Like Livramento, 1-2. Oh, yeah, well played. Now where's Velez? Put a ball in there, Livramento. Smith Rowe was the target. That's a poor ball. If you're going to go head high, you have to go to the 6'7" striker. That is not a smart ball at all. "65 minutes played." I can't give you this 4-4-2 now, guys, because of this how this game's situated. Drewsbury Hall's going to come in for Lavia. Very important player, obviously. I'm going to actually bring Carter in for Thomas to give him some match fitness out there. Scott's going to come off for Yaya, and Hassan's going to go back a line as a deeper line playmaker and support. And Yaya's going to go out there. 3 changes. Livramento, good touch. Hassan. Elise. Still got a Hassan, good ball in the Smith Rowe. Drewsbury Hall. Velez's feet was on. Instead we look at the second line to Elise, that's fine. Elise beats his man. Rabona ball, Velez got brought down, that's going to be a pen. Elise absolutely licked his man and then Rabona into Velez, who was brought down by Harry Suter. This should be a penalty every day for 4-2. Penalty given. Who takes is the question. Should be Elise, and it is. A piece of skill that was brilliant. To go 4-2 up here against Fulham. It's been a goal fest episode. Elise puts it in the bottom bin. Keeper went the right way but couldn't touch it. We lead 4-2. 68 minutes played. Should be all she wrote. Should be in the key word. With that being said as well, now that it is 4-2, get him on. Get more on. Do it. Why not? And we're going to bring a sign off for Reyes to give him some minutes as well. I'm going to go something in like that. And the main reason for doing that one is we do have the Cabaret Cup game in 3 days' time, and hopefully we can rotate there. Ball goes back. Velez heads home. Jorge Luis Velez, 6'7". He's a dynamo in the air. When you're 6'7", you should be. And, well, it's 5-2 now. What is this episode in terms of goals? What is this episode in terms of goals? We had 5 goals in the first game. We have 7 goals in this game. And it's not over yet. Carter throw in. Smith Rowe. Ball inside. Looking for Elise. Carter forgets that he has the ball and just stopped there. But fair enough. Moore. Young Moore. Drewsbury Hall. Into Reyes. Into Yaya. Hits one. And finally, Rochelle Yaya, who we complained about his form, gets his first goal for the football club. Keeper should do much better. It's 6-2 now. It is 6-2 now. We have 18 goals, lads. 18 goals in this episode. 18! Yaya with a ball through the keeper. It's 6-2. It's not over. It is not over. Fulham are just throwing it all away. Ball goes long. Falls the Reyes, the youngster. Oh, Yaya's run so on. Yaya for a brace off the bench. Oh, yes, Rochelle Yaya. This is what I expect to see from Rochelle Yaya. And there we go. We've complained that he hasn't really shown us much. And then we gave him a talking to. We gave him a fine. Next minute, oh, mate, he's unreal. Great run from the Uruguayan Reyes and a great ball through from the 18-year-old. And Yaya with a thumping finish. 7-2. We want one more. We want one more. We want one more. We want 20 goals in this episode. Yaya. Carter, Reyes, picked off by Harry Wilson. Well done, Moore. And again, Moore links up very well. Until he runs into the back of Drewsbury Hall and then forgets where the ball is. And Mo Gomez, he looked offside. I'm going to say that he looked offside. He looks like he's offside. They're not even celebrating, so I do think he's off. What an episode. in terms of goals. I do apologise for the length of the episode, but if you like the long episodes, just let me know in the comment section. Let me know. He was offside. Very well stepped up, has to be said, by our number 4 there in Jose Marcha. He's a world-class centre-back when he wants to be. But there we are. Moore gave it away, but he more ran into the back of Shrewsbury Hall. Somehow the game only gives 2 minutes at a time, even though it was goals galore in the second half. Velez gets man of the match again with his 2 goals. I do think Yaya should probably get man of the match here as well. But look at that episode. 5 goals in the Champions League, nearly for a 3-0 lead away. Fulham scored both their opening 2 shots on target in the game, and Mercer didn't score their 3rd shot on target and a goal disallowed. 19 goals. 19 goals in 2 games for the YouTube episode. 19 goals. That's the most goals I think I've given in a YouTube game where it's been very competitive. There's obviously times when I was doing like Builder Nations and you're being the qualifying for the Champions League and you beat a side like 15-0 or something. But that is outrageous. 7-2, goals galore. I'm not happy with the defending. This kid is outrageous when he wants to be. And he's a consistent performer when he wants to be as well. With that being said though, guys, I'm going to see you guys on the flip side as well for another YouTube episode. It will probably be a League Champions League doubleheader. We do have some big games. I do think it's going to be probably Bayern and Man United as the next episode. I do think that one fits quite nicely. So we're going to see you guys there for that one. With that being said, thank you yet again for watching another episode. Give it a like because it was 19 goals. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know which one of these kids is going to be the one that develops into a world beater next. Thank you and goodbye.